Good afternoon. Welcome to the Muscle of Yarn podcast. It is Thursday, January 16th, 2020. Mm-hmm. We had a podcast in 2020 yet? Mm-mm. No. Happy New Year, everybody.
I don't think so. No, because we
pre-recorded and loaded one on the 1st, and we have not.
But it was the Monday before.
Yeah. But we haven't podcasted then because my schedule's been super fun. We're back.
Yep.
This time last week, I was picking a jury. Woo! Hashtag lawyer life. Anyway, so we're back. This is not a podcast about picking juries. This is a podcast about yarn and fiber and knitting and crocheting and all other random things that Kelly and I talk about. And we are recording at our yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont. And we are open. So you
can
are
probably
going to
tell. Already
hear background noise. Just the way it is. You'll hear the doorbell chime. Super fun.
At least we have power back now. We got lots of snow, heavy wet snow this morning.
Yep.
And the trees are loaded down, and we lost power for a while, and then it came on for like 5 minutes, and then it went back out, and then it was out for a while, and then it came back, and we've had it back since.
So every time it did that up here at my office, it would surge.
Oh, really?
And the power would flick out and come back on.
Oh,
so
that's weird.
Yeah, happened twice.
Yeah.
This morning. So that was super awesome.
Yeah, it was really eerie because none of the traffic lights work at all.
And people
no
are
flashing
really
or
sort
anything.
of confused.
I know.
It's like,
it was great because I had to take the left turn and I didn't have to wait for the light to turn.
Four-way stop.
Yeah, and because the roads are kind of crummy this morning too. There wasn't much traffic, so I really didn't have to wait. I just kind of turned and
That's right.
Could go.
So you can find the store out on all social media as Must Love Yarn. We do have Instagram page. Feel free to follow the store's Instagram page. We have a great group over on Ravelry. Come join the fun over there. That's where most of the knit-alongs are hosted, and just other sort of silliness. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins and on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
And we do have a podcast mascot. Well, actually 2.
I was going to say we've got 2 now.
Now, maybe 3. Our family is expanding. This is Gage, the meerkat, and Gage's friend Swatch, also a meerkat. And they have their own Instagram page, so feel free to follow them out for meerkat shenanigans. And they get into all kinds of trouble. There. And I did pick up another buddy.
That one's even smaller, maybe. That one could be Stitch.
Stitch. Yes! Hug a meerkat kit. I haven't even opened this. It's been hanging out. I figured we'll do it live on the podcast. What's in here? Oh, that's part of it. Yeah.
He's got a big head. How did they get him in? Oh, there.
Oh.
Oh, he's got a little book and everything.
Yes, a little Make Friends with a Meerkat book. Introducing Stitch. Gage, Swatch, and Stitch. I'm going to have to make name tags for these guys. I'm not going to be able to keep them straight.
Which one are you?
Who are you again? So we
are Trinkles make them name tags.
Yeah, I might have to.
That would be hysterical.
We are collecting a colony of meerkats, apparently. So, welcome to the family, Stitch.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Boy. All right. So, first up, it's our pick of the week.
Woohoo.
Woohoo. So we got, we did this one a while ago. We haven't done it for a while. It's a good, middle of the winter type pick of the week. There's lots of patterns or different things you can use this yarn for. And so, without further ado, except basket. our pick of the week is Blue Sky Fibers wool stock worsted.
Mm-hmm. And there's giant skeins. These are 150 gram skeins.
Yep. So they're 370 yards.
Lots of yardage. You can do a sweater in like 3 skeins, which is fabulous.
Yep. Makes it pretty economical.
The big guys are 24.20 a skein.
Mm-hmm.
And the little guys are 50 gram skeins, and they're like 123 yards or something like that. And they're 850 a skein. So they do the bigger skeins in the good base colors, like really dark blues and browns and grays and white. And then they do the little smaller skeins in lots of really fun bright colors.
Yep.
So we're pretty well stocked on them right now, too.
Yep.
So I have a few more colors that'll be coming in.
Awesome.
They just introduced some new colors in these, so I'm hoping that on this next order
They'll come in.
I can get those in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So for the next 2 weeks, the way this works is the next 2 weeks with the code that we're going to give you, you will get 10% off in our online store or in-store. And it's for any of our in-stock yarns. So if you had like a colorwork sweater you wanted to make, or a colorwork hat, or just a nice like workhorse type sweater or garment, this is great yarn to use. It is not a superwash, so it will shrink. I suppose you could felt with it if you wanted. So what do you want to use for a coupon code? Shoot, why don't we just do weekly pick 2020.
Perfect.
Happy 2020.
Woo!
Woo! First podcast of the year.
Yeah.
Weekly
Did you
pick
talk about this?
2020. No, we hadn't gotten to that yet. So, you don't need to hold it up because I'll put a picture in.
Right. Ange is all fancy
I'm
now.
classing up the podcast, guys. Can you even stand it? So Jennifer Steingass has a brand new pattern out. It's called Silver Lining.
All one word.
All one word.
And I did already put it in show notes, so
okay.
You can click on it.
It's a 2-color colorwork sweater.
It's 20% off. The pattern is 20% off right now.
Yes. And if you are familiar with any of her patterns at all, they're beautiful, lovely. Her colorwork designs are amazing. As you can see in the picture here. I know, that'll be so much fun later.
Where?
Where? Right here in cyberspace. It's a really nice colorwork sweater with the colorwork and the yoke, so perfect for this type of yarn, and probably pretty appropriate for like a beginning colorwork sweater if you haven't done one before, and are comfortable doing garments, or want a challenge or willing to try new things.
Yep.
So there's tons of different options out there. We just saw this one because it was newly released, and thought that folks would enjoy it.
Yeah, she's got a lot of options, but there's a lot of other designers too.
Yep.
That have some really great. The nice thing with this is a 2-color.
Yes.
So.
Yep. Not carrying too many yarns at once.
And there don't appear to be any really long floats to it either.
No, they all look
really
pretty close together.
Most of them are no more than like, there's very bottom one.
Maybe
looks like it might be like 10, so you might have to
wrap that.
Yeah.
Or not. Your mileage may vary. So, weekly pick 2020 for 10% off. The wool's in stock.
All
wool
the wool
stock
in stock.
Yeah. Sweet.
Cool. Awesome.
Nice. I saw somebody made one of her patterns, Jennifer Steingass, with CC's, using a CC's wool yarn baby. That pattern would be beautiful with just like a solid. I have those purpley yarn babies. That might be really cool with like a white color work. Okay. Anyway, focus. What you wearing, Cal?
I'm wearing lots of things. I didn't actually put this on my list because I wasn't wearing it at the time, and I'm gonna take it off soon because I'm getting kind of hot because I'm double cowled.
Double cowl.
So to start, you'll see this in outtakes too. I've got some cranked socks.
Nice.
And this is some patent screw I had in my stash forever, and I used a whole skein for one sock, so they're really tall, and I like that.
Nice.
Good on a really cold day. And I'm wearing my Larch, which is a Pam Allen pattern, and it was in that really good book, Plain and Simple.
Yeah, that one.
That used she used the owl on all the patterns in there, which actually those patterns, the wool stock would be a great. If you didn't want something that had the alpaca in it, the wool stock would work really well. They're very, very similar in their ply and construction and everything.
Yep.
So check out Plain and Simple. There's some really great patterns. I want to knit like everything in there. So this is the owl, which is a wool and alpaca blend. 50/50.
Quince and Co.
The Quince and Co. Yep. So that I'm Larch. If I didn't say it, that's what it is. Which I think I did say it.
Nice.
And then I've got a cowl on, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but it's a pattern that I am designing, and there's going to be some different ones. I'm actually going to show you a different variation on this. It's going to be all included in one pattern. It's called the Limitless Cowl.
Nice.
And I'm doing it for a class I'm teaching, and it's going to have different levels. So there's going to be three different patterns within the cowl, and they're all going to be based off the same thing, that just the stitch pattern changes for each one. So there's kind of like an easy, a medium, and a little bit harder. So for someone who's just starting out, the very first level one would be super easy and anybody can do it. The second one adds one more little element to it, and then the third one adds a couple more elements. So
nice.
Yeah, it's kind of it's for a beginning knitting class, but if sometimes I have people come to the beginning knitting classes who have done some knitting before, and they're kind of comfortable with some of the elements, but they want to learn the basics. They maybe were self-taught, or have learned a lot of the basics, but want the background stuff that you wouldn't necessarily get from wherever.
Right.
But so they might be more confident, or sometimes I have just people who are really go-getters when they're first wanting to learn to knit, and they want a challenge. So
perfect.
Yeah, I think it'll be really fun.
Nice.
So yeah.
So I'm wearing Snug by Vera Valimaki. It's a DK sport weight sweater. The yarn's dark enough you can't see. There's actually a garter stitch detail sort of on the front of this, and it's got the sort of high-low hem on it, so it's a little longer in the back, which is nice. The yarn is Fiber Optics. Some yarn I bought at Rhinebeck number of years ago. I think I bought it to make a skirt.
Did you? Yeah.
See how well that worked. It became a sweater.
Yeah,
It just didn't want to be a skirt.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be a sweater. And here it is. And I think I have not hand knitted socks on today. I was also showing them off in the outtakes. So I did get them for Christmas. And by I got them for Christmas, I mean I bought them for myself at the tent sale a few months ago, and then I wrapped them up and put them under the tree.
Excellent.
Yes. I plan ahead like that.
Well, you'll get what you want and or need. So
That's right. Everybody got socks. I bought lots of socks at the tent sale. So
when I was a kid, I used to underappreciate getting socks for Christmas. Now
Yeah.
I'm like thrilled.
I know.
If I get
awesome new socks.
Yeah.
I know. It's very exciting.
Yep.
Very exciting.
I mean, not just like plain white, boring ones, but
Right.
like fun,
Right. Well,
woolly ones.
Yeah,
or-
I mean, we tend to buy either Darn Tough or Smart Wool.
Yeah.
I buy more Darn Tough socks. I love their socks. And it's a good Vermont company, so
It is.
there we go.
There we go.
I have FO.
I have 2 FOs, but I can only show one this week.
And mine's almost a cheater FO. Cheater FO. I knit these socks. And by I knit these socks, I mean Kelly cranked the tube and I put the cuffs, the heels, and the toes in them. So these are a gift for someone else, and I think I was working on them.
Yeah, you had started.
I had started because I had one toe done, I think, and maybe one heel. Oh, cuff. I had a cuff and a heel.
Cuff and a heel.
So
yeah.
they were like this.
That's right.
Yes. So now they're done. They are completed, and I can get them in the mail to the recipient.
Fabulous.
I'm slowly but surely working on my sock tubes.
Nice.
And I would have kept working through my sock tubes, except I got distracted with this sock tube, which I'm knitting myself.
Because it's teeny.
It is teeny, but I'm happy to report that it's much faster to complete a pair of socks when you have a pre-cranked sock tube. It is actually considerably faster.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my only FO.
So my only FO is this, which I'm wearing, which I think did I have it done? I may have had it done. I was close.
I think you were close. You were working on this part, the garter.
So this, I'll just take it off since I just talked about it, but it's my Limitless cowl. And this is kind of number 2 in the series of 3, which, I'm sort of doing them out of order, but that's okay. So it's garter, and then it's got some slip stitches and more garter, and it's kind of a nice big tube. And this is Barocco Ultra Wool DK, and then the fun stripy one that's in between, that is Shoppa Wool Edition 3.
Nice.
And it's super soft and squishy. And I like the inside too.
Those slip stitch patterns are so
they're really fun.
Yeah.
You could totally wear this
that way too.
Inside out.
Yep. Totally.
Ta-da! That would be fun too.
That would be fun.
Yeah. It looks almost woven from far, especially from far away. So that's my FO. My other FO is my test knit. And I can't show it in its entirety yet because the pattern hasn't been released yet. But Alicia Plummer, who's designed the pattern, is hoping to have that released early next week. So if she does, then I can show you my finished project next podcast time.
Yay.
So it took me about a month to do it. So it was pretty quick knit. And of course, when you have a deadline, you kind of, hustle a little bit anyway. But so it came out well.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it, and it's comfy. It's a little bit oversized. I did build in some positive ease in it, so it's good for layering. And I used it's worsted, but it's more of a heavier worsted, the Santa Cruz from Juniper Moon Farm, and it's organic merino, but it's very dense, so it's going to be a really warm sweater.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. So I should be able to show that next week.
So I have been relatively monogamous with my knitting the last, since we podcast last. And I've been working on Felix.
Nice.
So I'm almost done with Felix.
Yes, you are.
Oops, sorry.
Did you do the cardigan?
Yeah.
Felix cardigan?
Yeah.
Because she has a pullover too, which is really pretty. She does have a
pullover. So
do you have buttons yet?
I do not have buttons yet. I was going to actually look at my button stash because I think I might have some that will work.
I used buttons from my button stash. I was so proud.
I'd be so proud. Be so amazing. I have so many buttons.
For the sweater I just finished.
So I have one sleeve done. Just bound off sleeve number 1 last night. Need to do sleeve number 2. And then I will probably block this before I do the button bands and the collar. I just find it's easier because they lay a little better and the yarn's relaxed a bit. But it's a quick knit. It's made out of Green Mountain Spinnery mountain mohair, so it's a worsted weight, but the body's knit on 10s, so it's a pretty open fabric, not crazy open, but it's not super dense, so it's not going to be as warm, which is fine because sometimes worsted weight sweaters can be a little hot. I had one mess up with the yarn over increases. I don't even know. You're not even going to be able to see it. So there should be 3, 3, 3, 2. Should be 3 there. 2, 3, and I just did one extra increase, and I figured, in the grand scheme of things, I'm probably the only person that would ever see that I missed a yarn over somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it kind of looks like a design element, I think.
Yeah, you'd have to be really staring at it.
Yeah.
To notice that.
Yeah. I know exactly what happened.
Oh, and you did it symmetrically, too.
No, I did exactly the same. It's missing on all of them.
All of them? Oh,
yeah.
It is? Oh, that's so funny. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's fine. It's like, and it's halfway in between, too.
Yeah. I basically I started knitting on the wrong row. I thought I was on a different row, and so I skipped one of the yarn overs.
That's so funny. It is, like,
yep,
almost perfectly centered, so.
Yeah, so that's why I think,
it would have been weird if it was just on, like, one side.
No, it's on all of them.
But it's all on all of them.
It's all 4 of them. So it'll look like it was supposed to be like that. So if you're going to mess up like that.
Mess up right.
Mess up consistently. I don't know. I mean, it works if you do a stitch incorrectly, as long as you do it incorrectly consistently and you like the way it works.
Yeah.
No biggie.
We've all been there before.
We've all been there.
When you get done, you're like, this doesn't look like everybody else's.
Why does mine not look like that?
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. Oops. Whoopsies. So that's real. Other than just a little bit on this sock, like that's really what I've been working on.
I've been working on 2 things. So I'm almost done with this.
But I find myself, I'm going to get distracted here real soon. Because I've been winding yarn.
Oh boy. So, this is my Limitless number 2.
Nice.
So this one is throwing some purl stitches in there. And you're seeing more of the Edition 3, which is the really bright one. So it's almost, it looks different. You're not really doing a lot different than the first one, but it's different enough. So this is the same. It's the Ultra Wool DK, and then it's the Edition 3 for the back.
Nice.
So that adds one more little skill to the repertoire of the knitters. Awesome. So that one's coming along, and I should have the pattern pretty soon. And then I'll have Ange test knit it and do some fun stuff. Oops, there goes my phone. The other thing that I started is the stowaway sweater. So this is Wing and a Prayer Farm, all the single ladies, and it's a stowaway, and it's a top down.
That would also, you could use the wool stock for that.
Yeah, you could use the wool stock. A wool stock would be really lovely in this. So it's a lace pattern on top. Oh, I've got that picture. Hang on.
I can put the picture in right here.
I know you can. I like to have it in front of me.
Kelly likes to look at it. I'll pop it up on the screen. So it's got a nice little lace detail at the top.
It does.
And it's
top down. There's Kate wearing it beautifully. Because it was originally done in the Mountain Mohair from Green Mountain Spinnery, which Tammy has all the single ladies spun by Green Mountain Spinnery. So it's very, very similar to the Mountain Mohair. It doesn't have mohair in it, but it's all Shetland. It's 100% Shetland wool that Tammy grows on her farm. So Tammy, who is the one we were talking about before, who's going to be at the retreat.
They wouldn't have heard this already, but
right.
That stuff's at the end. So stay tuned for the end to hear us talk about Tammy and the retreat.
I'm just ruining everything.
No, it's not.
They're like, what? What are they talking about?
What? So Tammy from Wing and a Prayer Farm, who we talk about in the outtakes at the end.
Which we record before we record this.
Which is why we're confused.
We have a time turner, actually, and...
Yes. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So stay tuned for the end, where we talk a lot more about the details of the retreat and our special guest for the retreat,
right?
Tammy from Wing and a Prayer Farm.
Wing and a Prayer Farm.
There we go.
Yeah. So I was giving her a hand with the knit along. She's doing a knit along over on Ravelry. It's her first Ravelry knit along that she's hosted.
Awesome.
And it's really fun seeing all the yarns that people are using. Some people are using her Cormo, and some people are using Thelma and Louise, which we've got some Thelma and Louise. It's lovely. And then all the single ladies is popular too. But so I did all the single ladies I used for my little twigs pullover, and I wear that sweater just about every other day. If you see me in the store, I'm probably wearing that sweater. It's like having a fancy sweatshirt to put on every day. I just pull it on and I go. And I was noticing the cuffs are getting a little dingy, so I should probably wash it and take it out of rotation for a couple days while it dries. But it's going to be really cold tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Probably not the day to take it out of the rotation.
No, I will, because I'll wear I've got a really heavy, I'll wear either my Sing Winter that I did or my Hella sweater. Those are both super bulky and super warm.
Nice.
So I can take it out of rotation.
There you go.
And then Saturday morning is going to be really cold. So I'll wear one tomorrow and I'll wear the other one Saturday.
Perfect.
It'll be perfect.
Perfect.
And hope that my other one dries.
Yes. So if you were considering joining the stowaway along, you could use the pick of the week and still have time to join in the fun.
Yep. Prizes are only for We in a Prayer Farm yarn, but you can still knit along.
Got it. Yep. Clearly, I've read the knit along rules before talking about it.
I mean, I
know.
kind of put them up, so I know what they are. But it's fun. It has twisted rib, which makes the stitches really pop.
Yep.
Along the top and then down through the little leaves that kind of go down through. It's really hard to see right now because it's on a 24-inch cable. I've got some increase rounds coming up pretty quickly because I'm almost done the first chart. There's, I think, 2 charts, and then the rest is pretty much stockinette. So once I get through the charts, I love doing lace anyway, and lace actually flies for me. But it'll really zoom along after that.
Nice.
Yep. Knitting on size 8 zings.
Zings are where it's at.
And those are the things I've been working on besides my test knit. So
that's yep, sweaters.
Yeah, I may have another test knit sweater to do here soon.
Oh boy.
I know. It's exciting.
Nice.
It's fun. Fun.
So I do have some upcoming projects that I'm getting ready for.
Yes, you do.
I might have been conned. No, actually it was asked very nicely if I would knit something for a Scout silent auction that's happening in March. And I would not have been inclined to say yes, except that it was my husband asking me for the Scout troop that my son's in. So, kind of have to. Actually, if I would have said no, they would have been fine. But I wouldn't say no. And what I was telling Kelly is I have to rein myself in because I have already gone off the tracks of like, oh, I can make this and I can make that and I can make that. And they've asked for like one thing. Don't need to give them like 7 things. 1 is fine. Maybe 2. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to knit a shift because I've done it before. It uses yarn. It's fun. It's unique enough. And it's something that I think would appeal to a wide range of people, probably female, but that's...
And the colors you're using are really...
sort of neutral enough.
Yeah. A lot of people, I think, will really like them.
Yeah. So these are the 3 colors I went stash diving because I figured, well, probably should go see what I have in my stash here since I have a lot of it. So this is all Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks That Rock. They're her Socks That Rock lightweight in various colorways. This is Seamar. This is a mill end, so it doesn't actually have a name. It's something that was a mistake. This one came as a part of occasionally she would do bundles. She may still do them where like there would be like 4 complementary colors. They're like smaller skeins. So I can't remember what the color. I have to go find the bag that this came in. And then I could figure out what color it was, but I don't know off the top of my head. But anyway, so nice, you know, purpley, blue, tealy, sea glassy kind of colors. So I think those would make a nice shift cowl, and probably would have enough left over to make a shift hat to go with it. So that's up next because I have a deadline. So I don't do well with deadlines and knitting, but that's when I tend to get super distracted and want to knit all kinds of other things. So there'll literally be like 7 sweater patterns that get released like tonight. I'm convinced that I will want to knit all of them and will have to buy yarn or dig yarn out of my stash.
It's really funny because I'm actually better with, well, it depends on the deadline. Like if it's a test knit deadline or a cowl deadline or something like that, I'm really good with them.
Unless that's one of our cows.
Well, yeah, but those I don't even join anyway, so you know.
I'm not
start
very...
them after the cowl is actually over.
Yeah. I mean, the Vermont along, I started the Felix after the Vermont along was supposed to end.
I thought I was going to finish my button bush for Vermont along, but then I started that test knit and I got waylaid.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's totally what happens. So then I was poking around trying to find maybe like a colorwork hat pattern, because, you know, I was like, well, I'll see many things I can get done, because anything that they won't take for, or they don't want for the silent auction, like I could use for gifts for people. So it's not like it's really, anyway, that big of a deal. So I stumbled across this pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I may make this for the event as well, because there's a whole bunch of little scouts that are, see, look, I'm holding it up again. There's so, and I could just
and
insert
you can
a
insert picture here.
I know. So it's a Pokemon hat. So we have
we just have to get in the routine of being like
just talking about it.
Yeah. And then you can pop a picture.
Yeah, which is,
we'll have to have like a little notebook though, so we can write down all the pictures that you have to put in.
well, I go back and re-listen, but then I have to go download those pictures unless they're ones that we took. But anyway, we'll get used to it. Don't worry. We'll get in the swing of things here eventually, or not.
Yeah, you know.
So I think I'm gonna make that, if assuming I can get it done without it being commandeered by the Pokemon fan that's in my own house.
You're like, well, you can bid on it.
You're like, bid on it at the silent auction. You've got money. So I picked up some Plymouth Yarn Dream Baby. Perfect for gift knitting like this, or
because it's machine washable, and no wool, so you don't have to worry about it like
itching somebody.
Yeah.
And those are the right colors. The blue,
they're perfect.
yeah, I was not finding the blue in the Barocco DK probably comes in that shade. We just don't have it. But it's all right here in the Dream Baby. So there we go.
Yep.
Stay tuned for Pokey Hat.
You may even have enough left. You could knit the pokey.
Reverse it.
The Pokey Freak. A Pokey hat.
Maybe. Because the red and the white and the black can't have to, those are actual Pokeball colors. So the blue could get swapped. Or I could just pick up a second skein and
Gotcha.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
I know nothing about these things.
I did not up until about a year ago either. Now I know more. We have Pokemon Monopoly.
Really?
Yay! Yes. I'm happy to say I can still beat an 8-year-old at Monopoly. Yay me.
Even if it is Pokemon.
Yes. Like, it's basically all the same rules.
Yeah.
It's just the properties are named differently and a few of the things are different, but it's basically Monopoly.
And the little pieces are probably
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. It's really fun. It is actually. But so I have those 2 projects that I'm going to start soon.
I've got one more thing I'm starting.
What?
but it's spinning. So
Oh.
Jillian Moreno is doing a spin along.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. It's kind of like a sample it kind of spin along, where you take a braid of fiber and you divide it out into 4 separate sections. And each week she's telling you how to spin it. And she's
cool.
kind of taking you through her process of what she does when she comes across a new yarn, or she wants to see how colors are going to work out or something. So it's really cool because she's fantastic. Her book is just it's great. So
nice
that she's got
cool
yarnitecture.
I got that book for Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a great book. It's a really, really good book. Well, somebody maybe was suggesting that, you need to pick up spinning.
People have suggested that.
So there you go.
I'm not opposed to it.
It's a really good book. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Well, I'll have to start looking through it.
I think maybe I might finally have a few extra minutes to add some more spinning back in. So
Nice.
I'm hoping to get that underway as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we have some prizes, but first I'm gonna announce a new knit along.
Okay.
So the people have spoken.
The people have.
The people have spoken, and the new knit along is going to be called the Retro Along.
Oh boy.
Woo! And by people, I mean, I don't know, a couple people who commented. So, here's how this knit along is going to work. Okay. It starts January 10th, 2020. Bonus points if you get the joke.
Okay.
I'm gonna run it through March 4th. So a little shy of 2 months.
January 10th, like already started January 10th?
Yeah, like
Okay.
6 days ago.
Okay.
January 10th. Retro. In the past.
It's so retro, we didn't even tell you about it when it started.
That's right. It started before you knew it. That's how retro we are.
Oh my god.
So whips count.
Okay.
Because why not?
Sure.
So retro is up. Retro pattern. Retro yarn. Retro style.
How retro does it have to be?
I don't know.
10 plus years?
I'm not gonna put a date on it.
No.
If you
You get
sure,
more points for the more decades back you go, like either with a whip or with a pattern choice or yarn that's been in stash.
Sure. Why don't we do that? For every decade of retroness. So we're just making up rules on the fly. This is awesome. This is what we always do. For every decade of retroness of your yarn or your pattern or whatever,
Or a languishing whip.
you get an entry. So if it's a 1920s retro pattern, you could get 10 entries, right? Is that math right? Yes, that math's right.
And just like,
But yeah, 10. So there's the rule. The older it is, does that make it I don't know, more or less retro? You get the drift. You also know that we're pretty loosey-goosey with the rules. I think in the Ravelry page I set up, I said, if you're not sure, ask. Parens, I've really only said no, I think once.
uh-huh.
So, have fun. There'll be more coming.
Seasons of Vermont boxes are coming.
Retro with us. Yes, and Seasons of Vermont, which will not qualify for the retro along. Because they're now.
I just, thought of it. I say things when I think of them.
Perfect. When are those going to go live? Do we know yet?
Sometime in February?
Sometime in February.
Late February?
Okay.
I think.
Stay tuned.
I don't know.
Mid-ish February.
It's all Jen.
It is all Jen. And unlike when it's Kelly and I, when we can have a conversation and on the podcast. They are coming, though. We promise.
Yep.
Things have been ordered and have been arriving, so it's a go. It's a go. So stay tuned for those. As soon as we have a release date, we will let you know.
Yes.
Hopefully soon. We will have that date. The retreat. We talk a lot about the retreat in the outtakes. But just quickly, retreat slots are going to go live February 1st at noon. So mark your calendars, set your alarm. We have a link in show notes to the page that has more information. It has the pricing. It has the more details. Basically the stuff that you would need to know. So get ready for that. Those are coming February 1st. We're super excited. So excited. And I think a lot of you guys are excited too. So, so get ready for that. Get your clicking fingers out. And we got some prizes. Let's do prizes. Everybody loves prizes.
Because we had multiple Cowls that ended like weeks ago.
Time. And then we did podcasts for like 2 weeks.
And one of them we're not going to draw for today.
We'll draw prizes for
we want to spread it out a little bit.
Warmth with Yarn Cowl next week. So that would be for all of the in-store donations. We've already took care of prizes for the online
because
group.
in-store was crazy.
So we're going to do multiple prizes for that one, maybe a couple physical prizes and then some pattern prizes because we had so many entries.
We had so many.
That we'll do a bunch of patterns. We'll do a bunch of prizes.
Yeah.
So we'll do those next week because that'll take up some time. We have 2 other Cowls that closed. We have our holiday along. So that was just sort of a fun, through the holiday season, festive, like share what the holidays means to you. But of course we have to pull prizes because it's what we do. So, and I promise for both of these, I random number generated. It wasn't just I went through and picked my favorite one. But I couldn't have picked a better one for the holiday along. So we have...
I saw that on Instagram. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad she entered that.
We have post number 20, who's Becky from Maryland.
Hi, Becky.
And she posted her Christmas sweater.
It came out so well.
So
I love it.
Cute. I love it. With the little Christmas trees.
I saw that on Instagram, and I was like, into the thread, so I didn't see that she had posted it.
She posted it.
There.
So.
That's awesome.
Becky. Well, probably should tell you what you won.
You're not inserting the picture.
I will. I can go steal it from
She's like,
Ravelry.
I'm going to put it right over your face.
I will, too. I can move it. I can put it over my own face. We need to do a whole podcast with, anyway.
Smiley faces for our heads.
So, what did Becky win? Becky, you won this beautiful skein of Madeline Tosh Twist Light in the Spectrum colorway. And one of Kelly's mom's
sheep
bag. Sheep bag.
Sheep.
The little pockets is perfect for
over the arm,
over
on
the
go,
arm, knitting and walking, knitting and sitting, knitting and standing. Perfect for a little project. So, Becky, we probably have your address, but just to make it cleaner, email or message, probably Kelly, but either of us, and we'll get your prize out in the mail to you.
And just forwards me stuff. So.
I do. They don't want me playing around in the postage stuff. So, yeah, I just send it to Kelly. Be like, there you go. So, either of us either message us on Ravelry or send us an email. And we will get this fun prize out to you. So congratulations. Thank you to everyone who participated. I loved Anne's Christmas tree.
That was cute.
with the
She was
snow
telling us about that.
was awesome.
Yeah, the story about the snow.
Yeah.
That was good.
Love it. Super cool. So
What's up next? This prize is amazing. I would love to keep this, but we're not going to.
So
You guys are going to get... Okay, so Vogue Knitting Live is this weekend. We're not going.
I know, we're really bummed.
But that's okay. We're going to just watch everybody else have a fantastic time, and we can't wait to hear all of the stories of all the fun things that everybody sees and does, and all of the cool yarns and yarny things that people buy and what there is to shop for. But you guys get a sneak peek of something that's going to be there.
So our good friend Christy from Fiber Stash,
She's just awesome.
Into Vogue Knitting Live this year as a vendor.
I'm so excited for
So
them.
she's down there already. I've been stalking them on Instagram.
Nice.
Super cool. So you get one of her Fiber Stash ball sacks, because that's awesome, bags. And she donated to us, and now to
It's
one
the
of you,
Vogue Knitting Live exclusive colorway.
called By Felicia.
Isn't that stunning?
I could have just stolen it for myself, because these are totally my colors.
It's so beautiful.
So this is her Strong Toes base. It's 100 grams, 400 yards, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. But yes, her exclusive Vogue Knitting
She has
Live.
awesome new labels. I love her new labels. We got a restock in the store, and she brought us all new labels for the yarn that we did have here too. So the wall looks so pretty.
Looks amazing.
I can't wait. I hope she does so well there.
Her yarn is amazing.
She's been doing this for what, like 10 or 12 years now?
Yeah, and I love her colors.
Yeah, and I mean that's longer than a lot of the indie dyers have been doing it, and she just, it's amazing.
So we thought that was an appropriate prize for the Vermont-along.
I think that's perfect because
Totally perfect.
she just we love supporting Christy and Fiber Stash, and
So, random number generated, and the winner is post number 2. So proof that random number generator will generate the first number in the series.
that's right because our post is usually first post, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Post number 2 is Krista from New Jersey.
Cool.
Krista is Kat Kaysen on Ravelry.
Atkinson.
K. Atkinson, because I can't read. I like Kat Kessin better. Sorry, Krista, you are now forever Kat Kessin. I'm pretty sure we know Krista.
Yes, we do.
She will hopefully laugh and find us as amusing as we find ourselves. You're welcome, Kat Kessin.
Yeah.
You know y'all love me. So Krista, please, again, we probably have your address, but just shoot us a message.
Or if you want to stop by and pick it up, sometimes she comes up
If you're gonna be up, let us know. We'll just hold it for you.
because there's a family house. Or
That's
something
right.
With it. She comes through.
Right. So Krista,
Whichever you prefer. If you're going to be up this way, cool. But if not, we'll happily send it to you.
This was not planned ahead, but
Oh,
the
that's
yarn
so
that she
funny.
used for the Vermont-along was Fiber Stash in all the fall colorway. It was a brioche cowl.
That is too funny.
So you've just now won another skein of Fiber Stash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool. That nobody else has yet.
Nobody else has yet, nor will you have before they have it, unless you're here. But it's yours. It's got your name on it.
Right.
We have it.
Right.
For
We
now.
didn't want to let it go, but we're
I
going
know.
to.
We will, because we have to.
Yeah.
It's the only appropriate thing to do. All right. This podcast has started to disintegrate.
Yeah.
It's unraveling around the seams as we speak.
Yeah. The wind's picking up outside.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunset with snow on the trees and snow everywhere. We got snow. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my covered bridge picture this morning. I did stop and was safely stopped before accessing my phone in the car to take a picture.
Yep. as most covered bridges in the state, they're only
One way.
one car at a time.
Yep. So, but yes, we got a little hammered with snow this morning. More than I believe the weather forecast told us we were going to get.
Ours said 3 to 5.
Okay. I think
And
we were
got
3
about
to
that.
6.
We're somewhere in there.
I'm not sure. Because it was still snowing when I left the house
Yeah.
at 7 this morning. So we might have gotten more.
We might lose power again. Look at that wind.
Yeah. Huh.
And the snow was really, really heavy because it was right around freezing.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be single digits tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
So if it stays on the trees and we get the horrible wind that they're saying,
It's going to bring trees
I think
down.
with wind chill, we're supposed to be like 15 to 20 below with wind chill.
It's going to be awesome.
Super cold.
Really cold. Hand knit weather.
Hand knit weather.
Hand knit weather. Bundle up in your woolies.
Yep. But we really haven't had that much winter this year. It's
No, not
been
really.
pretty mild.
Been pretty spoiled.
So, yeah. I'm so excited to have snow, though.
Me too.
If I'm going to
love
have winter,
snow.
I want snow.
I know. Snow's the best. Snow is the best.
All right.
So I think that's all.
Let's wrap it up.
We will.
Because
This thing up.
we're just going to keep
It's
talking
just going to be like random chitter chatter nonsense.
and nonstop, and nobody wants to hear that. Well, maybe
I think they do. That's the part that, yeah.
Maybe they, yeah, I know. We
think
could
they
just, it'd be really hysterical just to like have it on. We thought about doing it while we were doing
Stream of conscience.
while we were counting
Inventory.
all the things.
Inventory is actually, when we do that, it's relatively quiet.
It's
in here.
really quiet.
Lots of us have earbuds in and are just kind of.
Kinda.
Actually, the most of the talking is, Kelly, where is? Kelly, where is? Kelly? Kelly? Where'd you go? Kelly?
Did anybody count? Yeah.
Yeah. But so I'm pretty sure we may have to talk about the time frame for
Okay.
next week, I think.
I think next week's pretty wide open right now, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully next week we'll have solid details for everyone on the Seasons of Vermont box, the first box. Yep. But do you know they are coming? It's just going to be February at this point.
Yeah.
But February 1st, set your alarms.
It's exciting.
We're super excited.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thanks for stopping by.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging out with us for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Putting up with our shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Look at all those 3 little beady
know.
eyes looking at us.
I know. My goal is to see how many meerkats I can collect.
We can line up along the back of the couch.
Instead of dolls, we have meerkats.
Instead of like the creepy, scary clown dolls.
Mm-hmm. We have cute meerkats that wear knitted clothes.
I know you have to make some clothes for Stitch now.
I know. Gauge, Swatch, and Stitch. Next one I'll probably have to name Marker. Or Needle.
Needle.
All
Yeah.
right.
Pearl, knit.
Pearl. Yep. Exactly.
We have to do some crochet ones too.
That's true.
Loop. We could call one Loopy.
Oh, that's, yeah. Oh, yeah. That would fit right in. Right in. And we should probably name one Cupcake or Donut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To fit in. Yeah. That would work around here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. Well, anyway. Now that we have prolonged your agony, thank you for hanging out with us. And till next time.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
I know it's cutting our heads off, and we probably should
Slouch.
raise it up. Oh, it's probably because it actually blows AC. Most of these types of buildings blow AC year round because of like computers and bodies and things. Actually, make
No,
this
ours doesn't though because right now we have it's on heat mode, so it won't.
Oh, jeez, I'm so fired.
It won't do air conditioning.
Really?
Air conditioning. This is floppy.
There.
I think this is getting loose,
I think you're right.
but
whatever.
It's fine.
It's totally fine. So it's
So I started the second one.
nice. It's Mr. Junior Bird Kid's birthday today.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. I forgot to wish him happy birthday this morning. I had to text it to him because I'm a good wife.
Well, you know.
What are you gonna do?
Tell him that's what he gets for having a birthday.
Right after Christmas. On a Thursday in a snowstorm.
Yep. And I started this.
Mm.
It's really fun.
This would be, I think, a good... I'm waiting for you to release this pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a test knitter?
You can test knit for
Because
me.
I might make that for the scout thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to make a shift, but I have...
This is wicked fast. This is even faster than a shift. Ooh, that's pretty. That'd be fun. You
Wouldn't
should
that
do
be
this
fun?
Instead.
I might.
Okay. I'll write it up really quick.
Okay. And I can test knit it for you.
Yeah. So I have this version, and I have this version, which this one's not quite as fast because you have to do pearls.
I might do that one.
And then I'm doing the super easy. So this is like, there's like levels, and one is just kind of stockinette with garter, and this is 2, and this is 3. So that, you know, people who want to take on like
Yeah.
a project and then maybe step up their game.
Perfect.
I don't know.
So this is all socks that rock. This is Deep Stash, guys. I haven't bought any Blue Moon Fiber Arts yarn in a really long time.
They weren't at Rhinebeck last year, were they?
They never have been at Rhinebeck.
Well,
They were
but
in somebody else's booth.
the
Into the Fold or Under the Fold or
was it
somebody.
that one?
I don't know.
No.
They're not that. Whatever booth they were in regularly
Wasn't
isn't there anymore. But yeah, so this is super Deep Stash. This colorway is called Muddy Autumn Rainbow.
I have like a cowl neck sweater and a cowl on.
Yeah,
I'm really hot anyway. This alpaca sweater, whew,
super warm.
super warm.
Actually, that's a win-win cull because I can test knit it for you and I can get an FO and it will work with this yarn.
Maybe.
It's
That's
fingering
This
slash
is
sport.
DK.
Oh,
I think it'd be fine though. I could do the whole podcast this way and you wouldn't be able to see me talking.
that's funny.
I think it'd be okay.
I have
because-
actual DK yarn at my house, too. Other
Okay.
DK
Well,
yarn.
yeah, this is like, this is
Not
Ultra
dyed
Wool DK.
Yeah.
And this is one of the Edition 3s. The color.
I'll still test knit for you. I probably
Okay.
just won't use this yarn. I'm going to make something out of this, though, because this is
It's fun together.
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
I'm not showing this well because of my double cowling.
Some people have double chins. Kelly has a double cowl.
Double cowl.
That might be the podcast title. Double cowl.
Double cowl. I know, just kind of bunching up on me because of my double cowl.
So the shift, if I do a shift, this is the yarn. Again, all Blue Moon Fiber Art socks that rock.
Nice.
I went into Deep Stash.
That's fun.
You know, it doesn't, I'm not feeling it as much in this light.
Mm,
This one,
would be a great choice.
those are fun.
This is a superwash, 100% roll, and that's.
I don't know.
You might be surprised though,
I
like
think
when you
I
start
think in
putting
the
them
shift,
together,
it's not gonna, yeah,
because that just really changes things up.
I know.
So
I know. I think it'll be fine. This will add a little brightness and.
yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the lightweight, so it's like a heavy fingering. It's not quite a sport. The medium weight socks I rock is more like a sport, but should still be fine. I just gonna wing it by the seat of my pants.
I can show my knitted socks.
Nice. Are those cranky sheep socks?
They were
Kinda.
ones I cranked. They'll crank the whole thing, like heel and toe too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's Patton's because
I just
Patton's
have-
Croy.
My darn tough socks on today.
Nice. Nice.
since we're showing off.
Since we are.
But I'm making progress. I moved another sock tube into my bag.
Ooh, that's fun. I like that. Was a fun one to crank.
That's the Harry Potter one.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then promptly got distracted instead of winding the mini skein that's supposed to go with it. I got distracted with this yarn. I found the leftovers and I thought, oh, I'm going to make Abigail a tube sock because she keeps asking me, is that sock for me? To which I'm always like, no, it's not.
Not this one.
So I'm going to make this a super long tube sock with no heel in it. I'll put a toe, black toe in it.
That's good for kids because then they can wear it for longer.
And it doesn't really seem to bother them.
Yeah, they don't, I know they don't care.
Doesn't seem to matter. But feet are deceptively long. So I have a lot of knitting to go. Mm-hmm. And this is number 1.
Are you going to switch at all to half stockinette, half ribbing, or are you going to do all ribbed?
So I was trying to decide that. I may just leave it all ribbed. So there'll be a top and a bottom because of the toe.
Yeah.
And she said she wanted the sock to come up to her knee. So I have a little bit until I have to actually decide. Actually, not too much further, probably. Things we do.
That's funny.
I may do the ribbing just on what would be the top of the foot. It's more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Then you'll find her wearing them and they'll be all askew.
They'll be backwards and upside down and it won't matter. So part of me is like,
I know.
I may just switch to straight stockinette.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Top, bottom.
Yeah, because that does have some elasticity in it, that yarn. So.
Yeah. It's the color cotton, so the yarn itself is stretchy. I don't know. Stay tuned to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely would go faster if I switched over to just stockinette.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
For sure.
For sure. So we could talk about this here instead of in the actual legit podcast as opposed to this not legit podcast section.
Legit.
Retreat.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. The retreat slots are gonna go live February 1st at noon.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a reminder, the retreat dates are June 4th through the 7th. We've got some super fun activities planned. Tammy White from Wing and a Prayer Farm is going to be joining us for the weekend.
She's our class person.
And she's going to be teaching class on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Natural dye class. We're pretty excited.
We're really excited about it.
So excited.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's also going to be a weaving class for a smaller number of people. And we may have to do a lottery on that one if there's a huge interest for it. Because we only have so much space. So that one would get started.
So many looms.
So that one would get started Thursday night or Friday morning. And then it's a quick enough cowl project to be able to do in the weekend. Mm-hmm. The person who'd be teaching that class is Cece from Cece's Wool. Yay! So she's actually was going to bring looms with her for purchase. So, if you were super excited, and you can make the cowl project with a yarn baby. Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't even think you need a full yarn baby. I think
you can do it in half a yarn baby.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So that's super exciting. We have a trip planned to the Shelburne Vineyards for a wine tasting.
Shopping at the
store. And just lots of other fun stuff. Normal.
But lots of downtime too, which a lot of people appreciated last time. And it's going to be June. So we're right on the bike path. We're right on Lake Champlain.
Yeah.
We're really close to Burlington, which has a really fun walkable marketplace.
Yep.
Church Street
Yep.
Marketplace.
Pedestrian stone. So we're excited.
It's gonna be great.
We hope all of you are as excited as we are. So set your alarms. February 1st at noon. Eastern Standard Time. Right. So we're linking to our information page and show notes, so you can go check out more detail. We go into like how much it's going to cost. It's basically all inclusive for food, lodging, the activities that we're doing.
The weaving class will have a separate fee, right?
No.
Oh, that doesn't?
No.
Oh, that's right. That's what you had mentioned.
Yep.
Never mind.
Nope. You would just need to bring materials for that one.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So people that are doing that ahead of time, we'll just let them know.
Yes.
What they need.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So, yeah. Or, the only thing we need money for is shopping. Because we will be coming to the store, and we also run a marketplace on Saturday afternoon.
It's not open bar.
And then the cash bar for dinners.
Cash bar at dinner.
Yep. The 3 nights. So, and if you wanted to buy wine when we go to the vineyard.
After the tasting.
Yep.
The tasting's included, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, all that stuff's included. So
that's such a pretty building too.
So gorgeous. Such a gorgeous location.
And last year, they started grazing sheep in the vineyard to cut down on some of the weed and other grasses and stuff that was growing around them.
Too.
So there could be some sheep there.
Yep.
That would be really fun if they had them up close to them.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I met with them yesterday, and they were like, so, are people going to bring their knitting with them? And I was like, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yep.
It was, yeah. They've been nice. That's such a beautiful location.
Pretty.
And like you said, the building's gorgeous. So we are super excited to share that with all the folks who are able to come, and we're working on some cool ideas for our goodie bags, which is also really fun for us, because that's where we get to put all the fun things.
I know.
So much fun.
This is when I get all these emails from Ange. Look what I found. Look at this.
Oh my God, look at this
really
one.
Funny. I have days where she's like, I'm really trying not to spam your inbox,
and then
but...
I'll send like 4 more emails. Kelly's like, you could have done that in 1 email. Step away from your keyboard, lady. Why send 1 email when you can send 10? All right, but enough about that.
Yeah.
We should probably start this podcast.
Yeah, because we started late.
We did. We were chit-chatting about other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So, all right.